I think Styx is awesome, really great map, and excited to see how they do it, or at least what Elidea does.
Yeah.
Also, can we give shout outs to Edinburgh right now, who is it Zafis?
Yep.
Posted some pictures of his sick setup with cheering for the two teams, and nice widescreen telly, looked awesome.
Yeah, they're watching us live over there.
I am fond of this map and of the games that we play on this.
I actually haven't played any since it was first being playtested.
If you haven't played it since it was first playtested, there have been some changes, like the medal and the layout on the main planet has been adjusted.
It looks like there's... I don't know, I recognise most of the layout of the main, but I thought it was the metal planet's layout that had been changed. Oh no, there's still a lot of metal on there. Oh my goodness.
Here we go.
Indeed.
And welcome back, everybody. We are going to continue playing King of the Planet 11. We're doing a best of 5, currently leading 3-0 from the day. But we're going to continue playing the last 5 games off, and I'm joined here by Marshall.
Hello there, yes, and we've got Battlebear in orange, spawning in the north spawn, going for vehicles first, while Elidea is in the south spawn, also going vehicles first. So reasonably identical builds going up at the moment, but they're assisting out fabricators. Well, yeah. I say fabricator, it's the scout that comes out from Elidea.
Both of them assisting their first unit and then moving on to a mechs. We'll do a little bit more assisting.
Yep. I think getting out a lot of fabricators is really quite good on this map, especially if you want to do an orbital rush.
Oh, what? Both players rushing the orbital. I did not expect to see this, but the game has been changed. If we look from Elidea's point of view, doing his scouting, he sees the orbital rush as well. So he knows that they're both on the same game right now. And orbital rush has just been cancelled by Elidea. I think that was intentional.
Yeah, I think
he's going to disrupt now that he knows Battlebear is rushing this hard.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea on his part, especially because he's going air, so Battlebear might not be expecting that. He might be expecting more mechs raiding, but wow, the second mechs goes down as well. So wow, the Infernos are being assisted out hard.
Oh, Inferno hot dropping.
Oh, lots of this. This is going to be interesting to see. 2 Pelicans out, third one being built, third Inferno. This is going to be really good if he can get this off, but surely he must know that the tank's coming his way. Indeed he does, as they move into the range of the skitter there. But oh my goodness, he must drop them over here. There's no other way that he would want to drop them, because they can just go straight in, take the stuff out. However,
at this stage he has so many options. Like, if he drops the Infernos and takes care of the orbital launcher, then they'll have lost so much metal in that investment. He'll be ahead, but I feel like he has free reign to take almost the entire planet right now, and then just catch Battlebear up. The 5 Infernos now on their way. 6 one's just been picked up as well, and 5 I think is definitely enough. Oh, the
Astraeus is out.
So
they need to get over there now. Yeah, the commander is going to get away, or at least a fabricator, and that is going to be a big win for Battlebear to get away. Even just getting that Astraeus out is a big win, but he's got to make sure that it doesn't get intercepted by...
Oh, they're going to be dropped so soon. Commander isn't there to hit them. Oh, they dropped right on the corner. Engineer does get picked up and does go into orbit though. And the Infernos are going to go straight for the orbital launcher.
Yeah.
Look how quickly it goes down. Oh, you can't stop them. See, even if there was a Commander Uber Cannon there, it wouldn't have. You can't one-shot them, so they wouldn't have died anyway. So pretty successful from Elidea. It's like what, 4,800 metal. It's a lot invested in that, particularly early game. Still working to get up his second air factory, but he has to get rid of these Infernos, or he's going to lose his factories, which he can't afford to do at this stage. Another Uber Cannon coming out, still desperately trying to put damage in on the Infernos. More Uber Cannons and finally getting rid of them, but he does lose one of his factories and almost loses that power gen. He can't afford to lose a power gen at this stage.
Yeah, no, and the Astraeus is en route, but I mean, he can bring it back because he has got the Fabricator rover in orbit, and he's still got his commander there, and he's only lost a factory and an orbital launcher. And now that
he's doing fine. I mean, he has one more mechs. That's it.
Well, yeah, but he's going to turn that around so very quickly when he gets onto the metal planet.
No, he actually has the advantage. He has one more mechs, and he has more power right now, so somehow he has a huge advantage over Elidea. The one thing is, Elidea still has his orbital launcher. He's going for orbital fabrication bots. This is weird. This is really weird.
I don't know. I think the fabrication bot's a good idea because he knows.
Oh, fighter chasing down on infernos that are being dropped in the main base. Oh, he shoots down all 3. Oh, baby, a triple.
I mean, I think not Battlebear, sorry, Eladere's doing the right thing with the fabricator because, think of it this way, he knows that Battlebear got an Astraeus off, so he knows what's on its way, and he also knows that Battlebear's still going to have a presence over here. But at the same time, he needs to expand. So with only 2 fabricators and a commander, he might not necessarily want to send one of the fabricators across, because now if you look at Battlebear, the build power in his base right now, he's lagging behind just a little bit, and his expansion is slowed to a crawl, if at all. And Eladea can just keep defending and expanding at the same time. And when he gets the teleporter over, as long as he keeps putting on the pressure, then he's going to be able to explode when he gets over there.
This is shocking. This is not the Battlebear I know. He lost that factory in his main base. The commander could have walked over there and killed those 2 tanks any time, but he didn't. He sent over his orbital fabric.
Right
he sent
above.
it directly above where the Astraeus is. And is that the engineer being reclaimed? I don't think he's got vision. Oh, he's got
radar.
Vision. Oh, he's got radar vision from the. Why didn't he reclaim there?
Maybe he didn't realise, or because he's already... Oh no, he's building a teleport just to the south. Ooh, but he hasn't got any units to send through, so maybe he's thinking of sending his commander through.
Yeah, that's all he's got. And then he's got tanks here just on the outskirts. See, this is it. I thought Eladea was the one going to be doing harassment, getting map control and taking this planet, but it turns out Battlebear is the one that's actually building the units here and putting the pressure on.
Eladea is sending all of his units through to Styx? Not Styx, Hades, my goodness.
Commander going through now. And Eladea this really seems like bad moves.
Counter teleporter from Battlebear, so we're going to have comboxing on the metal planet.
His commander's got a teleporter going up in the main base, but the teleporter here is not going to be finished on the metal planet. Commander goes forward, down goes the engineer, and there's only an air factory now, and there's no way an air factory can defend against the commander unless he gets an air fabber off and saves it somehow. But I don't think he's going to. Yeah, he's not going to be able to. And now I guess this orbital fabber. Is he helping this engineer to build on the ground? Is that what he's doing here? Yeah, he is. He's helping this engineer build quicker by assisting that engineer.
Battlebear slightly confused as to what's going on right now.
He did not expect a commander to come out of nowhere.
Yeah. But he does have now a commander and fabricators on Cerberus that Eladea doesn't. And he has air control. And he has pressure on it. Yeah. So he needs to capitalise on this quick, and he needs to do it now.
Yeah, so the thing is, doesn't happen too often. There's no way for any engineers or any ground anti-air or anything to actually stop the air right now. You can usually get up a couple anti-air, get some engineers to build some anti-air, and you can actually defend against air and hold off for quite a while. But already, Eladea is going to lose everything on the main planet. And it's actually going to be a race to eco right now. Eladea has a little bit more access to more eco. But the whole of the lava planet is now free reign for Battlebear to expand over it. And everything that Eladea had here is going to be lost, including those 3 mechs, which are currently propping up his power income.
Indeed, but now that he has his commander over on the other planet and also safely over there with air fabricators as well, he can just start getting up so many P-gens because he's going to be relatively unhindered. As long as he keeps his eye in the orbital space and sends at least a scout back, then he should be okay. But with Battlebear now chasing back up another orbital launcher, he's going to want to make a play for Hades.
And Battlebear needs to work on expanding. He's doing a little bit now with one of his engineers, but he's only sent one engineer to grab everything here. He definitely needs to send some more.
I'm surprised we don't see a latent T2 factory. What I mean by that is just get one fabricator on it and just leave it doing that. And over time, the T2 factory will get up and it won't be too much of a drain, especially considering you're trying to get into orbital and do all that shenanigans. But eventually it'll mean that you can just come out of nowhere with these big beefy units. And, you know, as long as he gets over to Cerberus, which I'm pretty sure he will do because it's a big planet.
Yeah, Eladea is just... Look at the eco. He's out of control already. And Battlebear's window is just so narrow and closing so fast right now. He needs to expand and get everything on his planet, which he's not. He's not doing it nearly quick enough. And Eladea now has 2 different groups of airfabbers going over and capturing another group of 10 to 12 mechs. And all he needs is power. And look how much he's working on power as well. That's his limiting factor right now. He's been working on it. His eco's just going to explode.
Yeah. But don't forget, anything can happen.
Going all air as well. Tons and tons of bombers. Just wanting to patrol the entire planet and dominate the skies.
Yeah, the bombers are there because, of course, while the T2 fighters are interplanetary now, it's going to cost a lot to get there. And Eladea, I think, is banking on knowing that Battlebear isn't going to make that investment, given that he's already behind on getting to the metal planet. So I think he feels he's safe in getting all those bombers out.
Yeah, it's just not feasible to get the T2 fighters coming out anytime soon, is it? Particularly on the ecos that he's trying to run off. One advantage he does have right now is the teleporter's just been activated and he's just dropping.
In come the spinners.
Oh, anti-air.
Oh, wow.
Anti-air is enough to stop those bombers. The teleporter isn't even going to go down. Commander is obviously very, very useful to actually have at this stage in the game. There's not much that can stop the commander. And so he's now on the planet. He's disrupted one of these mech areas that he was about to expand to. And his bombers can't do much because there is so much anti-air. So it's a great unit composition and foresight from Battlebear here. He's now building up. And he can now grab 10 to 12 mechs for himself, which will be useful if he can do it.
And this is probably where we're going to see the majority of the fighting now. And this is actually going to be really, really good for Battlebear. As long as he can get up that mechs really, really quickly and then rival Eladea's income, then he now has a planet to himself and congestion of Eladea's planet. So if he manages that, he'll actually turn this game around pretty spectacularly.
Yeah, if we look at the army tab right now, we've got Battlebear with 100 forces to 40. Eladea is all tied up in bombers right now. He does actually have tank factories that have been built now, and he's getting his first tanks out. But at the moment, he has those units just right outside of his base, and there's so much anti-air there, there's not too much he can do with his bombers. But he's got to be careful of a bomber snipe on the commander. Like, look at, he's already up to 20 bombers here. He is not far away from a very dangerous snipe on a commander.
Yeah. Oh, wow. But, I mean, he has got a lot of spinners there, so all of those bombers are actually going to take quite a beating. Although the micro of them is pretty good over those spinners, taking the majority of them out, but yeah, that was pretty good. So looking back on
they're forced to defend here. Not too much anti-air left. Focusing down the anti-air as he goes over with his bombers. Signals the end of that. They're going to keep controlling it. And this is difficult now for Battlebear because he had the advantage. He's now lost it.
I don't think so. I think he's still in with a fighting chance because on the lava planet, he is getting up his T2. And if he can hold on for long enough and keep putting the pressure on Eladea and keeping him distracted from getting up that T2, then he can start rolling in with things like Shellers, Levelers, while also getting up T2 Eco on the lava planet and then continue to turn it around. I mean, right now, I think we're at the point where the snowball is just at the top of the hill, and it could go either way. And if Battlebear plays it right, it'll be in his favour.
Yeah, I think going T2 for either player could actually seal the deal. Battlebear still needs to be sending different groups of engineers to grab all the mechs, because he sent literally one single engineer to grab all the mechs on the main planet. He could have made that 2 or 3 times quicker. Bomber action happening on the metal planet though.
Yeah, I've seen.
Eladea grouping up all of his forces and doing pretty well against these groups of docks right now. Tanks coming in at the main base, but Eladea producing so many vehicles now. He's actually in great shape, still leading 320 to 205 metal income right now. Yeah,
and also the army tab, 21 factories to 13. And the majority of the factories that are feeding units through the teleporter are still pretty heavy on their spinner ratio.
Yeah.
And the teleporter's gone now as well, actually. Yeah. That was just taken down, so that's...
Teleporter got taken down by bombers, and Battlebear in trouble. He's still actually got more mobile forces, but they certainly don't seem to be here. They're sort of... He's got quite a few air units just floating around on his planet that literally can't do anything for him.
And he's sending in a group of tanks to Eladea's base to knock on the door, with only 6... tanks in there, whereas the rest are spinners. I mean, what does he expect it to do with that sort of firepower?
Well, it's annoying for Eldea because it's really hard to do anything about it. You end up losing a lot of bombers just trying to get rid of a very small amount of vehicles. But I think he's outnumbered from tanks right now. Look, Eldea doesn't have to build anti-air at all, so all he has is a lot of tanks streaming through, and he's going to do a lot of damage with this attack as well. Battlebear coming in around the north side, probably going to get an Uber cannon off with his commander.
Yeah, we're about to see the bombers. We're about to see the bombers coming in because the commander is now out in the open, away from the spinners. Ooh, I think they're circling around.
Yeah.
They smell blood. Oh, they're going over the anti-air.
Anti-airs, maybe, or just carpet bombing everywhere.
I'm not entirely sure what they were doing. Maybe just sightseeing, perhaps? I don't know. But the walls need to go up from the commander now as he's getting focused down by these tanks, falling below 70, below 65, to 50. The Uber cannon goes off. That was a pretty good Uber cannon, all things considered. But that's going to be a one pass right there. Down it goes.
Battlebear.
Oh dear. One pass.
I love this system though. It's a cool system.
Yeah, I think perhaps
I like dynamic games like this
Yeah.
where it's sort of like Eldea really expanded very well when he landed on this planet, considering the state he was in. And Battlebear did very poorly with his eco on the lava planet here.
He was trying to get up T2, and I think that was what he was banking on. And then the teleporter died, which stopped all of his anti-air reinforcements coming in, which was a bit of a hindrance to him as well.
Okie doke. We could grab them both in and talk to them.
Yep. Hi guys.
Hello. Hey.
That was an interesting game.
Yeah, it was.
Tends to be quite dynamic, that map. You both started off with a very similar build going into an orbital rush, and after scouting, Eldea decided to change his mind. Want to go through that?
Oh, do you want me to go through that, or?
Yeah.
So that map, the dominant strategy is basically orbital rush. So if you can get the metal planet, you're basically won. The counter to it is Pelican drop, so just decided to scout him and see what he was going to do, and then go from there. Because I wasn't sure if he was going to orbital rush or do a normal build.
And that was interesting to see the switch up, changing it on the fly. But in the end, I guess you sort of allowed Battlebear to take the main planet and just make sure you got on there and expanded like crazy as soon as you did land.
Yeah, I mean, the whole point of taking the metal planet is it's got like 3 times more metal, so as long as you can defend, you'll win. I mean, it doesn't matter how long it's going to take, but you'll win.
Yep. So Battlebear, you didn't expand too much on the lava planet. Like you sent one engineer to capture all of the mechs. Felt like you could have ecoed up a bit harder.
True, but I wasn't stalling my metal at all. I was mostly floating my metal for that part, and energy was more my problem.
Yeah, you didn't have too much energy even towards the end.
Yeah, I was always energy stalling for some reason. But the part that really got me was when Eldea went through Teleporter and was in the middle of my expansion at the metal planet. So that was a huge setback.
Yeah, it was.
Else it would have been a more even. I was probably ahead at that time because of my eco at the main planet.
Yeah.
So
you had the positional advantage.
Yeah, that was a huge setback that his commander just walked past and was like, "No, you're not going to build here."
So it looked like you were going to reclaim him from orbit, and then can you not do that anymore? Is that how? Was it changed in the last patch?
You cannot do that anymore.
That kind of sucks. But yeah, I guess you then transitioned into getting that teleporter down and moving your commander immediately in, which I guess was more than enough at that stage. Had you seen where he dropped from earlier when he moved the Astraeus?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw his Astraeus go down. I thought that was pretty smart because the Astraeus is a lot cheaper than the orbital fabber, so I wasn't expecting him to be able to get off planet in time.
Yeah.
Did you
Interesting
know where I
trade-offs.
was? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Did you know where I was landed on a metal planet, Ludea?
Yeah. I saw your Australia's like blink for a second, like when it reached the orbital shell.
Yeah. Sweet. Well played. That you caught that.
Yes, well played, he said through gritted teeth.
If you had picked up your commander, it might have been different, because then you would have been able to defend. Like instead of sending a fabber.
Yeah, true. You never know what sneak fighter you have at the backhand and snipe my comm on the left.
I've found it's very difficult to actually pull that off. There's a very short window of time where you can get in there without being shot by the commander's anti-air in time before it goes into orbit.
Yeah, but the problem lately with it is that if you have your some or whatever you have in your Pelican and you just right-click on the planet where it's at, it would just move in the air layer and not go straight into orbit.
We got a game up, Battlebear.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Might as well just do all of the ladder maps, so just do Mezzo.
The only one missing is Duat, of course.
Oh yes, do it.
What's Miso?
Miso is the giant island, lots of little islands, and water.
Sounds tricky. Lots of multitasking.
Yeah.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.